And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this is a game I've been waiting for months. I knew the first one was either going to be going Detroit's way or maybe Green Bay could get a win, but this second one was going to be the big indication of where these teams are late in the season. So Detroit starting out at the 30, in the eye, two receivers to the right, Goff under center, handoff over the middle, and the Packers defense holding it to just 2 yards on the ground. All right, we got two tight ends in motion to the left. Single back in the backfield. Laporta in motion to the right. Goff turns, throws, quick throw to St. Brown, and that's a gain of about 5, maybe 6. Third down coming up for Detroit. Oh, dude, I'm so excited right now. Oh, boy. But yeah, man, this is going to be a great matchup. I feel like both of these teams are playing some of the best football in the NFL. All right, 3rd and 2, ball at the 38. St. Brown in motion to the left. Shotgun, quick throw to St. Brown, and he gets the gain of 4 for a first down. And that was against the rookie Javon Bullard. Just a great little route there. A little hesitation at the top of the route, and then just broke it off to the outside. Detroit, Williams in motion to the left, in the eye, fakes the handoff over the middle, and that is incomplete. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage. St. Brown unable to haul that one in. Just a great job by Keyshawn on that one, man. Perfect timing. All right, forcing the incomplete, making it 2nd and 10. Two receivers stacked up on the right. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Ball at the 42. Williamson in motion to the left. Handoff up the middle. And Montgomery breaks a tackle, bounces it to the outside, across the 50, down to the 45. And that's a first down for Detroit. Oh, man, they almost had him for... Trying to see here. I think it would have been a gain of maybe 2. They almost had him. Quay Walker unable to bring him down, and Montgomery able to bounce it out to the left. All right, Goff under center, single back in the backfield, receiver in motion to the right. Play action, Goff looking, throwing it underneath on the screen here. Breaks a tackle, and Gibbs able to get across the 40 down to about the 38. And Gibbs is on the sidelines, and Montgomery rotates in. And this is why this offense is just so darn tough to stop. Once you feel like you get a beat on one running back, they rotate another great running back. Goff throw over the middle and gets hit as he throws, and I believe that is Carrington Valentine with a great tackle, forcing the incomplete pass on Jameson Williams. Great blitz by McDuffie right up the middle. All right, we got 3 receivers on the left. Empty set for the Lions. 3rd and 3 coming up. No pressure, and it's over the middle. Finds Jameson Williams to the 15, and it's going to be very close to the 10, and that is a huge gain and a first down for Detroit. Packers pass rush unable to get there. And I know the storyline has obviously been the two backs that they have here in Detroit, Montgomery and Gibbs. But, I mean, they got a pair of great receivers. St. Brown, Jameson Williams. Yeah, you can't give this offense that much time to look. All right, in the shotgun, Williams in motion. Handoff to Gibbs on the left. And it's not going to go anywhere here. There is a flag on the field, and I think it's going to be on Detroit for holding. And it is on Detroit here. It was a hold on Skipper, holding on Rashawn Gary there on the edge. All right, under center here, play action, quick throw to Gibbs on the right side, and he's going to get it down to about the 13. It was a gain of about 7 on the makeshift screen. And this drive is approaching 5 minutes. Got about 10:30 here in the first quarter. Goff in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, Laporta in motion. Montgomery, the running back. Pressure, quick throw, and it's going to be down at about the 6. Quick throw to the right seam. Sam Laporta, man, able to make a nice adjustment. That ball was coming in hot. All right. The 11th play of this drive, man. This has been a long one. If the Packers can get off the field here and just force us a field goal, phenomenal job. Time over the middle and incomplete, but there is going to be a flag on the field, and I think it's going to be on the Packers here. It looks like they're going to call it on the rookie out of Oregon, Evan Williams. Oh, no, this might actually be on Keyshawn, not on... All right, so prior to the pass, illegal contact by Keyshawn Nixon, so that'll make it an automatic first down. So ball inside the 5, down at around the 4, kind of in between the 3 and the 4. Fullback, running back, Laporta in motion, handoff to the right, and that's a touchdown for Montgomery. Absolutely nobody was able to get to there. So that was a heck of an opening drive for the Lions here taking over 5 minutes off the first quarter and just driving down the field. They got some help there at the end with that penalty, but clearly illegal contact. Dang. So close, man. If they would have been able to hold him. And the kick is up, and it is barely good, man. That thing was it like a sidewinder? Holy cow. All right, Detroit up 7-0 here. And let's see how the Packers can respond. The Packers recently have been able to start a little bit faster in their most recent games. But they have to really, really be on top of it, man. They cannot afford to start slow against Detroit. When Detroit is able to really be ahead, man, they play so darn well, man. Obviously, last week was an exception to that. They had a 16-point lead over the Bears and then nearly let it slip through their fingers, scoring only 7 points in the second half. Oh, that ball! Yeah, no, for sure. I thought it was going way, way that way, but it just snuck right in between the, right behind the right upright. I mean, it would have been great. It would have been great to hear a little doink. No, but their kicker has been pretty phenomenal. I think he actually missed that miss from last week against Chicago was actually the first of the season for him. So he's been really, really solid for Detroit. But yeah, I was right there with you, Dali. I was hoping that thing just kept on sailing, but no. Maybe the next one. All right, looks like we are back from commercial break. And the kick is out the back of the end zone. Green Bay will start at their 30. All right, there's our boy. The man with two turkey legs. Jordan Love, man. Last time he played in this stadium was a year ago on Thanksgiving. Nobody expected the Packers to win. Detroit was looking great. And the Packers and Jordan Love came in here and absolutely handled the Detroit Lions. And I'm hoping they can get another game just like that. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield, two receivers to the left. Wicks in motion to the left. Play action. Going. Nope. Taken down for a sack back at the 24. And is that Preston Smith? That is the former Green Bay Packer. Preston Smith. Jesus. Zadarius Smith. Sorry. Preston's in Pittsburgh now. But no, Zadarius Smith, the former Green Bay Packer, spent 3 seasons in Green Bay. His first 2 were arguably the best in recent memory of a free agent, man. I think he recorded at least 11 or 12 sacks in each of those seasons, not even including the playoffs. Wicks in motion, Love looking, scrambling, running, and he's going to be out across the 30 down to about the 31. There's a nice gain of about 7 or 8 there. All right, man. Looks like Detroit is going to be sending a lot of pressure in this game. All right, we got 3rd and 9 coming up. 3 receivers on the right. Jordan Love in the shotgun. Detroit showing pressure. They send 6 here. Love throwing it, has time, and it's going to be incomplete. And there's a late flag. Jayden Reed was on the ground here, and I think it's going to be pass interference on Detroit. And it looks like it's going to be on Brian Branch here. And hey, man, I'm right there with you, Deli. He might need to move. He might need to move a lot in this game. And yes, it is. It's going to be on Brian Branch. And so we got 1st and 10, ball at the 45 after the penalty. Tight end in motion, handoff to Jacobs, who reverses field and is going to be able to get about a yard on the play. So interesting about that penalty. So that was Brian Branch holding or interfering, if you want to use the right term, with Jayden Reed. The Packers, when they had the opportunity with the 45th pick in last year's draft, they had a chance to pick Brian Branch. Instead, they traded with Detroit to move back a few spots. And the player that the Lions picked at 45 was Brian Branch. And the very next pick the Packers had in that 2nd round was Jayden Reed. So in my head, those guys are always going to be kind of interlinked. Those guys are going to be, while at the end of the day, they play different positions, but to me, like, you're going to have to see, hey, did the Packers make the right pick? So far, Jayden Reed has been phenomenal, but so is Brian Branch. It might be a win-win for both. All right, 2 receivers to the left, single back in the backfield, 2nd and 9, quick throw to Wicks, and he gets it to the 48. That was a solid gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. All right, we got Jordan Love in the shotgun. Single back with him. Reed in motion. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to throw it over the middle and unable to connect with Dontavian Wicks, who was stumbling for about the last 5 yards. That was a heck of a throw, man. He gave Wicks at least a chance to try to get to that ball. And this offensive line was doing its best here to hold and give Jordan time. There's a lot of, they sent a lot here to at Love here. But unfortunately, it's going to be 4th down, and the Packers are going to punt on their opening drive. And it's going to be fair caught inside the 10 down to about the 9. Darn it, man! That was a disappointing drive. Yeah, the Packers only picked up 1 first down, and that was on a penalty. Yeah, otherwise not a whole lot of positive yardage on that one, but it's a long game, man. A long, long game. We've seen the Packers down 28 to nothing at one point this season, and they almost won that game against the Vikings. So I'm not too worried if Detroit comes out to a little bit of a double-digit lead here. I trust this Packers offense to eventually get something going, but the Lions are, in my opinion, quite a bit of a better team than the Vikings, even offensively and defensively. So you definitely don't want to be down 28 to nothing against Detroit. So yeah, the Packers are still missing a handful of key contributors here. The key inactives in this game, and I know this did during the first drive immediately. Obviously, Jair not in the game. As soon as I saw Keyshawn Nixon and Valentine on the outside, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be a tough one." I didn't get a chance to look at the inactives before the game. Um, so yeah, losing Jair in this game really really tough. They also lost Corey Ballantyne. He's been inactive, dealing with a little bit of an injury the last couple of weeks. So another hit to the secondary. And then finally, the receivers. Romeo Doubs still not cleared from that concussion that he suffered almost 2 weeks ago at this point. All right, we got 1st and 10, the ball at the 8. Single back in the backfield, handoff. Gibbs able to sidestep a tackler and gains about 2 yards on the play. All right, Goff in the shotgun. Tight formation, 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a toss to Gibbs on the right. And he's going to be able to get about 2 or 3 yards on the play. All right, we got 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Goff in the shotgun. We got 3rd and 5 coming up. Williams to the right. It's got time, and Goff is going to be taken down at the 10 for a sack, and that is Rashawn Gary, and I believe Kenny Clark was in there as well to force a 4th down, and the punting unit is on for Detroit. And Rashawn Gary going one-on-one with Penei Sewell, and just nice, great design there. Trying to see who that was. So Quay Walker actually came in. He was engaged with the left guard, but kept on basically running to the outside and basically ran and was able to take on 2 blockers. Basically, he was able to replace Rashawn on the pass rush there, and that was not a great punt. Green Bay is going to get the ball at the 48. So once again, describing what happened, Quay basically trying to loop around, and the guard went with him. He ran into Penei Sewell, so now two offensive linemen were basically blocking Quay, and Rashawn able to disengage and just loop back into that giant gap there on the left, and get to Goff. So 1st and 10, Jordan in the pistol, single back in the backfield. Watson to the right, handoff up the middle. Great move by Jacobs, able to get about 5 or 6 yards on the play. And it looks like another defender for Detroit is being evaluated for concussion. They are dealing with some massive injuries on that defense. 3 receivers to the left. Gone. Quick throw. I believe it's Jayden Reed for a gain of about 3, maybe 4. He's going to be short of the first down. And replay assistant looks back at it, and that is an incomplete pass by Jayden Reed. So we got 3rd and 5 coming up here. Ball at the 42. Packers have to do something with this field position. Detroit looks like they're sending almost every single person except for maybe 2 or 3 guys. Pressure immediately gets there, and Jordan Love unable to find anybody. Nobody. I don't know what was going on with those routes. I mean, the pressure was instantaneous. And they came right from the middle, man. Josh Myers utterly just destroyed over the middle. Packers offense is staying out there. Looks like the Lions are going to attack from the edge. I would not be surprised to see a couple guys loop inside. No. All right, and the Packers just trying to draw them off sides here. Great discipline by Detroit, and the Packers, despite getting the ball basically at midfield, not able to get more than 5 yards. Should have been a penalty on Za'Darius there for hitting Love in the helmet on the 3rd and 5. And another solid punt by Daniel Whelan, going to pin them down inside the 15, down to about the 11. Yeah, once again, man, that hit to Love was very, very intentional by Za'Darius. Speaking about Za'Darius, his time in Green Bay, even though it was productive his first 2 years, his last year, even though he signed a 4-year contract, they let him go after his 3rd year, where he started in week 1, didn't finish the game, and did not play again, I believe, until the Packers playoff game. I believe that was against. I think that was in San Francisco, and I think he actually ended up getting a sack in that game. But apparently a lot of frustration because after he was let go, let's just say he was talking a lot of smack about his coaches, even some of his former teammates, things like that. So apparently things did not end well in Green Bay for Za'Darius. So disappointing because I feel like he was a great emotional leader for that defense. I think he was definitely one dimensional. He was a great pass rusher, wasn't always the best in stopping the run. I think Preston Smith was a better, more overall player than Zadarius. But man, there was no doubt, man. Z when he was healthy, man, that guy could rack up sacks like nobody's business. So disappointed that he's doesn't seem to have a whole lot of fond opinions or at least memories of Green Bay. But who knows? Maybe in a couple of years that'll maybe change. All right, we got encroachment, roughing the passer. Yeah. I saw the encroachment in that first drive. Yeah, that one I've seen it before. It usually has to be pretty egregious for it to be called, but I mean that one was. I mean they could have called it, but yeah, no, the helmet hit there by Zadarius, 100% should have been called. If it was something that Jordan let that ball go early or he just kept it, was being sacked, then I get it. You're trying to bring him down, make sure he doesn't get away. But you clearly saw the ball out. You see the quarterback going down, and Zadarius he put that arm up late, so he was intentionally trying to make some contact. Quick throw to Jamison Williams. He's gonna try to make a move and gets about 6 or 7 yards on the play. All right, we got 2nd and 4. Ball at the 17-yard line. Tight end in motion. And Goff needing to roll out to his right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. Quick snap, run over the middle, and Gibbs is going to get the first down, and I mean barely. Ball's going to be spotted basically right on the line. Yeah, apparently that snap was so quick that the camera crew didn't get a great shot of what formation they were in. I know they were in shotgun, but couldn't really tell where the receivers were outside of a handful. Two looks like two on the right side. All right, we got 1st and 10, and ball at the 21. Laporta motioning back into the backfield. So Matt LaFleur is challenging the spot of the ball. I don't know why he's doing that because it'd be one thing if it was like a full yard. It was not. I mean, we're talking about inches here. I mean, I feel like you could. There's a better opportunity for to use a challenge. I guarantee there's going to be probably one or two more opportunities here in this game. So I would have saved that one. And it's not like Dan Campbell doesn't go for it in his own on his own side of the ball. We've seen that plenty of times. We've seen them do fake punts, fake kicks. So even if it's 4th and inches, yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with it. Maybe Matt didn't see something. Maybe he didn't like what formation we were on in the defense. So he's like, hey, instead of just using a timeout, I might as well use a challenge, and maybe it will give us an extra half a yard or something. I don't know, but Interesting. Yeah, they've always gotten two. I think now. God, I'm trying to think. I can't remember if this is only a playoff rule or if there's something new. But I think if they win, hmm, I think if they win two, they still get a third. But yeah, no, they've always had two challenges. They use that throughout the entire game though. You don't get two challenges per half. It's two for the entire game minimum, which to me makes sense. There's plenty of booth challenges. Now with the referee assistant that comes in. That's the system that overturned that dropped ball by Jaden Reed. So there's many ways nowadays to be able to challenge something or reverse a call in the field. So I think two is definitely enough. So yeah, so the Packers end up losing that challenge, so they lose a timeout on top of that. So 1st and 10, ball to 21, and run to the right, and Gibbs is taken down for no gain by Kenny Clark. Let's go. And that's one thing that has been pretty consistent throughout this year, man. And it's a great, great breath of fresh air. Is that the Packers have been one of the best teams at stopping the run on defense, man. I can't think of the last time this Packers team was like this consistently good was probably when they won the Super Bowl back in 2011. Gibbs bounces it out to the left, breaks another tackle, and it's going to gain 4 or 5 yards there. Out across the 25. Man, he was almost taken down for no gain again, but able to withstand that tackle. I believe that was Evan Williams, the rookie. Yeah, that was Williams trying to bring him down and did not go well. So we got 3rd and 5 coming up, ball to 26. Another handoff, and that is the big man, Kobe Cheese Wooden, bringing down the back for a loss of 3. Jahmyr Gibbs had zero opportunity to get anything going. Kobe with a nice inside move and then just getting out to the left and just stopping Gibbs. Oh man, that was gorgeous. I love that. that was one of the cleanest tackles I've seen on Gibbs all season, and I have seen a lot of Detroit games this year. Forcing a big punt here, and it's going to be fair caught at about the 26 by Jaden Reed. There is a flag on the field, though. The big cheese, big Kobe cheese there, Kobe Wooden. It's going to be a penalty on the Packers holding, so that spot at the 26 is going to be well within the 20. So this next touchdown drive for the Packers is going to be a long one. We got 35 seconds left in the first half here, and that penalty was on Robert Rochell, the former Los Angeles Ram. My goodness. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of proud that I didn't call the Chargers San Diego. So there you go. Progress. 2 steps forward, 1 step back on that sentence. All right, Packers are going to get the ball at the, looks like around the 17. Yep, 1st and 10, ball at the 17. Tight end in motion to the right. It's going to be a handoff and a freaking solid run by Jacobs, getting it to the 24, gain of about 7. All right, 2nd and 3 here. 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Tight end in motion, and looks like we might get a timeout here. Oh, no, there's the end of the first quarter. Let's go. We're going to the second quarter. Right now, it's just one score, and that is Detroit on the opening drive. Otherwise, it has been a lot of punts in this game. So right now, both defenses are playing really well. Like even Detroit, that opening drive, they were moving the ball down the field, but they weren't. They just weren't being as massively explosive. I think this Packers defense is really throwing some crazy things at Goff, and I guarantee you, this defense is going to starting to challenge here in the second quarter, trying to steal some time, steal some possessions away. But that Packers offense, man, they need to get moving. They have not really tried to run the ball a whole lot. I think there's been, before that last run, I think they've only given Jacobs the ball 2, maybe 3 times. Again, I would have to look, but most of it has been, they've been trying to challenge this secondary. And I think the Packers actually on that first play on offense where Love got sacked, I think they were trying to pull off what they did last year on the opening drive. They did it basically was, I think it was either a play action or a flea flicker, and that was when Love literally just threw it down the field to Watson, and he was able to get about 50 yards on the catch. I think that's what the Packers were actually trying to do, because you can tell Jordan Love was looking down the field, and it looked like he was about to wind up to throw it deep before he felt the pressure, and then just ended up getting sacked. But yeah, the one thing that has really shown is that the pressure from Detroit, man, despite all the injuries on that defensive line, linebacker, secondary, they are a deep team, man, and they have been able to get to Jordan Love a couple of times here. Even if it hasn't always resulted in a sack, it's been getting pressure. They've been forcing him off his spot, breaking up the timing of his routes. And Jordan loves not only being able to throw out on time, he's the most effective when he is. When he's able to drop back, hit that back foot, and just get the ball out in rhythm, in time, usually that's when you see this offense really start to get down the field and get some big plays and put up points. But right now, Detroit doing a great job of kind of forcing Love to move, second guess it. But hopefully, the second quarter, the Packers can get something going here. Single back in the backfield, Love under center, Watson in motion to the left. Quick throw to the right, wide open is Watson to the 30-35, across the 40. He fumbles the ball, and Detroit picks it up. No, I think that ball is loose, man. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that thing is loose. Yeah. Yep. And that was Carlton Davis popping that one out. Mm. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. That was a great play design, man. It was just a nice little sluggo route all the way across the field, all the way across the field. And Watson just has to do a better job of holding on to that one. Throw over the middle, and Laporta is going to be very close to a first down. Quay Walker on the coverage. All right, ball at the 44 of Green Bay. Two receivers on the right. Williams in motion, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Montgomery, and he's going to fall forward to the 40-yard line, gain of about 4. And we got a penalty, and I think it's going to be on the Packers here. Personal foul. And that was, I think it's going to be on Quay Walker. I even saw Matt LaFleur ask on his radio, was that Quay? I can tell you right now, there's definitely some acting from Skipper there, because he was basically ragdolling Quay a little bit there, and Quay just responded back. And to me, he didn't hit his head. He went high, but it was well within his chest. So Skipper kind of playing a little bit of Juilliard on the field here, and Goff throwing it down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. It was on Quay Walker, but yeah. Unfortunately, Quay Walker does have a little bit of a history here of getting some penalties on Detroit. He was actually ejected in his rookie season during the final week of, it was actually the final game Aaron Rodgers ever played for the Packers. That was actually the second time Quay was actually ejected that season. So that was a little bit of a, bringing back memories of that. So receiver in motion to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Gibbs, and he's going to be stopped at the line. Might have actually lost a yard. Kenny Clark, man, stopping him there, and the Packers are doing a phenomenal job. Oh no, that wasn't. No, that wasn't Kenny. That was the other Georgia Bulldog that the Packers drafted that year. With Quay Walker. That was his teammate, Devontae Wyatt. And it looks like we have Lucas Van Ness heading into the locker room with a trainer. We got 3rd and 10, Goff in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Throw over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. There we go. That was BS acting. Well, telling me, man. You're telling me that was not an Oscar performance, but I mean they could get him a daytime Emmy, probably. All right, Detroit out to kick this 43-yarder to try to take a 10-0 lead over the Packers. Kick is up. And oh man, this guy's kicks are ugly, man. I always think they're either blocked or they're going wide, but they just squeeze in. So Detroit able to capitalize a little bit on that fumble by Christian Watson and get an extra 3 yards and make it a 2-possession game here in Detroit. All right, we got 11:30 in the second quarter after we come back from this commercial break. All right, we got Walter Payton Man of the Year nominations here. We got Jared Goff for the Lions, and we got Kenny Clark for the Packers, man. I remember when Kenny got drafted. I think it was his second year. He does a yearly toy drive for kids in his community back in California. I think it was that second year because he was really coming on. He was starting to make some plays. He really became a full time starter that second year. I think he was able to donate. I think they said they donated a total of like 35,000 uh, toys or books to families. So that was amazing, man, to be able to do that much good, man. And I'm assuming he's only done more and more as the years have gone on. So, all right, we got 1st and 10 for the Packers at the 30. Two receivers stacked up on the left, single back in the backfield, Love under center. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Jacobs able to get it to the 34. Second and 6, two receivers to the left. Reed in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Jacobs, who breaks the tackle to the 40, 45, out across the 50, and down to the 47 of Detroit. Let's go, baby. Just a great design, man. They had Reed in the backfield. He motioned out like he was going to take a screen to the left, and instead handed off to Jacobs. He bounces it out to the right. A lot of that defense, especially that the linebackers, shifted over to Reed, leaving a big, big gap. And it's going to be a handoff to Wilson, who is able to get it down to the 40. It's a gain of 7 by Emmanuel Wilson, who has played phenomenal, man. Yeah, between Chris Brooks, Emmanuel Wilson, and Jacobs, man, the Packers have a really, really darn solid trio there in the backfield. And I'm hoping that when Marshawn Lloyd gets healthy, the rookie that we actually picked up in the 3rd round out of USC, if he can get healthy, man, hopefully he can get going. And they're going to hand it off to Chris Brooks, who with the second and third effort, I think he gets it out to the first down marker, and should be a first down. And it is first down for the Green Bay Packers. Let's go. All right, Jacobs back in here. Ball at the 37. And Love ends up on the ground here, but it's going to be encroachment on the Detroit Lions there, trying to jump the snap, hit the center, and then Love just kind of fell backwards there after the shove. And you see how Love didn't act all like, oh. You know? He felt like a man. All right? He fell down like a man, like a Green Bay Packer. All right, we got 1st and 5, ball at the 32. Tight end in motion to the left, now in motion again. Handoff over the middle, and Jacobs able to get about a yard on the play. So 2nd and 4 coming up. You don't see that too often, man. Kraft trying to set up a block here, and it just gets blown off. And another handoff over the middle here, and Jacobs gets the first down, and the Packers are rolling. And it looks like we have Sean Ryan, the Packers' right guard here, walking off to the sidelines here under his own power. Seems frustrated with something. All right, well, the backup right guard is coming in here. So 1st and 10, ball at the 25. Reed in motion, another handoff over the middle, and Jacobs only able to get about a yard on the play. There is a flag on the field. I think this is going to be holding on the Packers. Yep. So moving them back 10 yards here. Apparently that was called on the veteran Pro Bowl left guard, Elgton Jenkins. Dude, I think they could have called O'Connell, the guy that was being held, for tripping. I'm going to have to relook at that at some point here, probably tomorrow. Jordan under center, dropping deep back, finds Tucker Kraft at the 27, and he is taken down immediately. Oh, we got some trash talking here by Detroit. And exactly what I feared here, Evan Williams, without his helmet, he's going to probably be evaluated for a concussion. It was that tackle that he ended up missing on Jahmyr Gibbs. You can clearly tell that he got hit in the helmet, or his helmet made contact, and you can tell he just lost some balance really quickly. So hopefully he's all right. Play action. Jordan pressure is going to run to the 25, 20, 15, and he's going to get the first down. Please, no flags. Please, no flags. Please, no flags. And it's no flags. And that was a gain of 14 by Jordan Love. Great job, man. Stepping up in the pocket and just getting the yardage necessary, man. Let's go. Jordan has wheels, man. He proved it actually last year against Detroit on Thanksgiving. Running for, I think it was a nearly 40-yard run to basically ice the game. Reed in motion. Handoff to Jacobs to the left, and that's going to be no gain by the Packers. So 2nd and 10 coming up here. We do have a flag on the field. All right, that looks like it's going to be on Detroit here. They're looking into the secondary. Illegal use of hands to the face on Detroit, and that is going to be on the former Green Bay Packers, Zadarius Smith. Oh, yeah, dude, he was choking Rashid Walker. Jesus, man. See, this is what happens when you leave the Packers and you play for the Vikings. You turn into a mean person, man. He never did that when he was in Green Bay. So you never go to that team. turns you into a terrible person. And it's going to be a run up the middle, and Jacobs bouncing it into the 5 and getting it down to about the 2-yard line. Let's freaking go, man. Oh, man, this game is going to get, I guarantee you, there's going to be something that's going to pop off at some point because these guys are already getting hot. Just after that run there was at least 3 or 4 guys like kind of, giving a little bit of shove, talking some smack. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. As long as this game stays close. Hopefully cooler heads prevail here. So we got 2nd and goal, ball at the 3. 2 receivers to the left. Jordan in the pistol. Handoff to, no, it's going to be, he had Kraft wide open. Jordan Love missing a wide open Tucker Kraft down the flat. All right, we got 3rd and goal, ball at the 3. We got 3 receivers on the left. Jordan in the shotgun, quick. He's got time. Throw in the back of the end zone, and it's going to be to Watson. It's intercepted, but I guarantee you this is going to be coming back. It's Carlton Davis, the guy who forced the fumble. He does have the interception for now, but I would say 1,000% this is going to be on Detroit. So oh yeah. That was a pass intended for Christian Watson. Working on the rookie Terrion Arnold there, who never turned around for the pass or to defend the pass. So that'll be an automatic 1st down, and the Packers, I'm pretty sure, are going to be getting the ball at the 1-yard line. So we got 5:38 here in the 2nd quarter. And Jacobs bounces it in for the touchdown down the left side. And there it is. Green Bay gets into the end zone and their first points of the game. Let's go! Woo! All right, extra point by McManus is... Jesus, man. It's good. Barely, but good. My goodness. All right. With a little over 5:30 left in the 2nd quarter, the Green Bay Packers have made this a 3-point game. All right, now we need a turnover ourselves, and let's go. All right, man, I'm looking for a Jared Goff interception tonight. All right. And I'm not going to be greedy. I would want 2 or 3, but I'm only going to ask for 1 that gets returned for a touchdown. That's it. I don't think that's greedy, and I think that's very reasonable. All right. I just need 1 thing. That's it. Just one thing of that thing. And I want it to be returned for a touchdown. That's right. I don't know what's going on with these kicks, man. The first extra point by, I think Bates is the kicker's name for Detroit. That one was wonky. The second one was a little bit better, but still was kind of drifting. And now McManus that one was, I'm trying to think, That was to the left, and that thing barely got in there. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the turf or what. Because I know it's turf, so they have the. I'm pretty sure they have those rubber pellets. So I don't know. Maybe it's those are affecting it. But either way, hopefully McManus can get that straightened away here. All right, looks like we are back from commercial break. The kickoff is up, and it'll be downed in the end zone. Detroit getting the ball at the 30 with 5:35 left in the first half. All right, this is usually where Detroit, I guarantee you, they're going to start pushing the ball down the field. They've been kind of, their passing game has usually been stuff underneath, but they love to throw the ball deep, especially with Jameson Williams. So I'm expecting something here. Single back in the backfield. Gibbs in motion to the right. Handoff up the middle. Montgomery able to weave his way for a gain of about 8 or 9. All right, Goff under center, single back in the backfield. St. Brown in motion to the right. Play action, throwing the ball over the middle, and who is it? Jameson Williams, wide open, across the 50, down to about the 42. It looks like officially they're going to mark him at the 45. Goff dumps it down to Montgomery, who has some blockers, and he's going to get about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. All right, we got 2nd and 5, 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Goff in the shotgun. Montgomery in the backfield. Packers showing blitz. They do, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to get it to Jameson Williams running down the left sideline. All right, 3rd and 5 coming up here. Ball at the 37. Play action, and Goff gets the ball underneath to Williams, who is taken down, but not before the first down. And Rashawn Gary, not Rashawn, number 55, that was it. JJ nearly got to Goff, but a simple little shove by Penei Sewell, able to knock him to the ground. All right, we have Gibbs in on the field, 3 receivers to the right. Goff in the shotgun, play action, rolling to his right, and finds Sam Laporta wide open, and he's going to get inside the 20 down to the 18. Oh boy, we got some shoving, we got some fighting. Almost said fighting. They're not fighting yet. They're just kind of mostly talking and just grabbing each other. It's always like seeing like a bunch of kids try to pull each other's hair. All right, we got the snap just before the 2-minute warning. Handoff to the left, and Jahmyr Gibbs trying to get as much yardage as he can is only going to be good for about 3 yards down to the 15. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning here in Detroit for the first half. Detroit driving down the field here with an opportunity to make this again a 2-possession game before the half. All right, guys, I will be right back. I'm going to grab something to drink. All right, we are back. All right, we got, I believe, 2nd and 7 ball at the 15. We got a lot of motion here. 3 receivers now on the right side. Quick throw to Laporta. He's got blockers, and he's going to get the first down inside the 5-yard line. Heck of a design. All right, we got first and goal, ball at the 4. Clock is running, 1:10. Handoff over the middle. Montgomery bouncing it in. It's going to be taken down at about the 1-yard line. Then Green Bay is going to use a timeout here. And they do. All right, Goff under center, Montgomery in the backfield. Jumbo set here. Would not be surprised by. Oh, it's actually a QB sneak. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be a play action, but the Packers do stop him just shy. And then it's going to. Oh, no. Never mind. They're recalling it as a touchdown here. All right. Well, they take away the touchdown because I was very surprised when when one referee said no and then another one clearly said yes. Did Goff actually fumble that one? No. Okay. But he's going to be about half a yard shy of the goal line. So that's going to force the Packers to use their final timeout here. All right, they're taking their sweet time here. Looks like they're gonna reset it because it was at one point after the second timeout by Green Bay, it was at a full 60 seconds. But right now it's been set at 51. There was no way that QB sneak took that long. All right, they reset it back to a full minute. Montgomery in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff, and they're going to stop him before the goal line. He loses a yard, maybe even a yard and a half, and that's how the Packers do it right there. Would it surprise me to see Detroit go for it here? And the first man there was Kenny Clark, number 97, and then the cavalry just came right through. And Kenny has had a below average season by his standards, but I am just really happy to see him, especially the last 2, 3 weeks, man. He has been coming on strong. All right. And as expected, the Detroit Lions take this clock all the way down as far as they could to 14 seconds to not give any time for the Green Bay Packers. And Dan Campbell, man, they're going to send out their offense to try to get this point. Like I said, I was not surprised to see them going to go for it here. I think even if they lost like 5 yards, they would have still gone for it. All right, 4th and goal, ball at the 2. Green Bay just has to be very smart, man. There's going to be some play action, a lot of motion. And come on, man. Touchdown, Gibbs, throw by Goff, basically right down the right seam. You got to be smarter than that, man. You got to know that they're going to do something with their running backs going up the field. They've done that all season long, man. I know it's easier said than done. Gibbs is one of the fastest guys, and they had him on a linebacker. That's a big mismatch. So they just left 11 seconds left. The Packers have no timeouts, but they do get the ball to start the second half. And the extra point is good. And Detroit, man, playing smart ball. Taking their chances when they do. Just a great angle route there by Gibbs, man. Pretended like he was going to go in the flat. Got McDuffie to fully commit to that. And then just cut it right inside. Once again, man, a mismatch linebacker against arguably one of the fastest running backs in the NFL. And the kick is out the back of the end zone. Green Bay will get the ball at the 30 here. I'm expecting a kneel down. Yeah, man, losing that timeout on that challenge, the Packers would have been able to stop the clock with probably about 55, maybe 53 seconds. No, even if Detroit does score a touchdown, you at least give yourself a good 45 to maybe 48 seconds to try to do something, but just not enough time. All right, they take a knee, and we are headed to halftime here with the score 7-17. Packers offense started out a little too slow, not getting anything on their first 2 drives, despite having some decent field position on the second one. Finally able to get something going, scored a touchdown, but man, Detroit just able to take away, just really able to eat away at the clock. I think they got the ball back with about 5:35, and we're basically able to take off 5:24 off the clock on that final drive to score a touchdown. So Packers, they get the ball to start the second half. They have to start fast. They cannot afford to not score and have Detroit potentially even go up, even if they score a field goal. Being down 20-7 against Detroit in the second half, it's gonna spell disaster, man. But yeah, let's break down these teams and what they've done in the first half, what they can do in the second half to either get back into this game, retake the lead, or just being able to extend that lead and just salt this game away and win. So starting with Detroit, they've done offensively. They've been opportunistic, man. They've been able to move the ball relatively well. They've obviously had a punt a couple times during this first half, but man, they have done a great job of being able to keep Jared Goff upright. I think he's only been sacked either once, maybe twice, but for the most part, he's not really having to move off his spot too often. When he does roll out, it feels like it's mostly the part of the design of the play. They haven't been able to run the ball as dominantly as they would typically do, but once again, they got two really great backs, and typically, even on the games where they don't start out hot, eventually both of those running backs, it's just like a wave hitting the rock. Eventually, it's just gonna wear somebody out. Defensively for Detroit, they have been amazing at getting pressure on Jordan Love. He has been basically having to run around for a large portion of his drops. There's only been a handful where he's really had basically almost all day to throw, but it's been very few. The coverage has been great. The Lions have easily one of the best, if not the best, defense in the NFL. I think the only defense that is playing better at this point in the season might be Philadelphia. But when you look at how dominant this team has been all season, they have been phenomenal. So that doesn't surprise me. But man, I was hoping a little bit more from the Packers' offensive weapons. I was hoping for something, man, something from Reed. I don't even think he has a single catch. I think the only time he came close to one was the one he dropped on the left sideline. But yeah, I think the biggest story for that defense has been the pressure that they've been able to put on Jordan Love. The running game for the Packers has been getting better, but it's not enough where they can just simply just hand it to Jacobs and they're going to be good. I think that they should try to run the ball more in the second half for sure, but we'll see. And what can the Lions do to basically be able to put this game away? One, get the running game established. I think if they do just simply that, they most likely are going to be able to win the game without changing anything that they've done. Oh, sorry, one of Goff's throws on the sideline just hit somebody right in the face. Sorry, little replay there. But yeah, man. Yeah, Detroit. All they have to do is really be able to reestablish the run with either Montgomery or Gibbs or both. And yeah, if they can do that, man, they're going to be looking good. Defensively for Detroit, they don't really have to do a whole lot right now. I mean, they've been able to hold the Packers to 7 points. I think the only thing that they can probably improve on is maybe hold Jacobs to less effective yardage. I think he has almost 50 yards rushing, and he hasn't been carrying the ball that much. So I think he has a healthy per carry average. But other than that, man, I mean, like I said, their pass rush is solid. Their coverage is really good. Their linebackers are flying around. So not a whole lot for Detroit to improve on, just one or two things, and they could probably pull away and get a big W here against a division rival for the second time in a year. Or this season, I should say. All right, for the Packers, the list is a little bit longer, but not significant. They are not, to me, they are not being blown out. It's just the little things and just continuing to be able to improve on one or two things, and I think they can really challenge this Detroit defense in the second half. So one, their running game is solid. I would have to look at the numbers exactly, but I feel like they're averaging at least 4 or 5 yards per carry. And that's with Emmanuel Wilson. That's with Jacobs, and even Chris Brooks. I think he has one carry for a decent yardage. So actually looking at it right now, yeah, Jacobs, 9 carries, 49 yards, so averaging over 5 yards per carry, has a touchdown. So he has been looking solid in the first half. I feel like he needs to be more of a feature in the he needs to be featured more in the second half for the Packers to really be able to slow this game down, control the clock, and just keep that Detroit offense on the sidelines. Hopefully, keep them out of rhythm. And when they do make mistakes, which they will, you can capitalize it. So when they have to punt, they won't get the ball back for another couple more minutes, man. And it's just you gotta minimize how many times this team is able to run a play. And I actually talked about it during the power ranking video that I dropped earlier this morning or this afternoon. Check it out, plug. But yeah, the last week, Detroit, 16 points, able to hold Chicago to nothing in the first half. Detroit able to run a lot of clock, run a lot of plays. But in the second half, that offense only had 7 points, and they only ran 11 plays in the third and 12 plays in the fourth. So less than 25 plays in the entire second half, and most of them were 3-and-outs or ended up in punts. So you have to keep the ball away from this offense, run the ball, keep the clock rolling. If anything, I'm going to tell Green Bay, be boring on offense. If you have to just pick up 3 or 4 yards of play, do that. The big chunk play can be and they'll hopefully even set up the big throw down the field. But be patient and just control the clock, and I guarantee you Detroit's going to make mistakes. So run the ball and be boring on offense. Be willing to be boring on offense and control the clock. That's what they have to do on offense, in my opinion, to really start putting up points and hopefully get back into this game. Defensively, I think they've done a really solid job. The fact that you have been able to really hold Montgomery and Gibbs to fairly minimal yardage on the ground. Granted, those guys have done a lot of hard work in the passing game. That's where it looks like they're getting most of their yardage. So I think you gotta do something with that here. Jameson Williams, St. Brown, for the most part, they've had 1 or 2 good catches each, but for the most part, they've been held in check. I can't think of a time where Williams just broke off a 30 or 40 yarder that you're used to kind of seeing either once a game or every other game. Same thing with Brown. He's been targeted a lot less than what I think he's used to, and I think that's a credit to the Packers secondary. I think their coverage has been solid. The biggest issue has been the lack of pressure on Goff. If the Packers can find a way to get pressure, I think this Detroit offense is going to really begin to struggle, and you might see a turnover or 2 from Goff because we've seen it. When he gets pressured, he likes to trust his guys, and sometimes his accuracy wanes when they move him off his spot. So I think that's what the Packers defense needs to do. Continue to stop the run and just either find a way to get some pressure on Goff or just find a way to stop those running backs, all the stuff underneath, because that is where they're getting some big chunks. It's, something underneath or just kind of like those weird tight end screens, and they're picking up some massive yardage after the catch. So I think if you can do at least one of those things, you're going to be able to make this game a lot closer, and you're going to give your offense a chance to be able to put up points and get back into this game. But yeah, that's what I think. So otherwise, man, I feel like the game has been fairly entertaining. There's been some decent plays on defense and on offense from both teams. The one turnover that really hurt the Packers, that obviously gave Detroit a field goal there, an opportunity to get some points. And I felt like the Packers were really starting to get that passing game going. That could have been, even if it was just 3 points the other way, right now that would be 10-14. Packers with a chance to open up the second half and potentially take the lead. So Packers have some work to do in the second half, and I can't wait, man. Can't wait for this comeback in the second half. Hopefully Detroit can struggle like they did last week, and the Packers can put up 20. All right, looks like in about 3 to 2 minutes we're going to be coming back. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and Jake Bates kicks it off to the Packers out the back of the end zone. Alrighty. Initially an empty set here, but Jacobs comes into the backfield. Tight end in motion to the right. Handoff up the middle. Jacobs trying to bounce it out to the right and then just gets smacked to the ground for a loss of 2. And that is Brian Branch, the former Alabama player, with a huge tackle. I think that was Christian Watson missing a block on that one. Nope, that was Dontavian Wicks just whiffing on the block on Brian Branch. So we got 2nd and 11, 4 receivers on the left. Watson alone to the right. Jordan throwing it deep down the field to a wide open Christian Watson to the 20, 15, and taken down at about the 13 down the right sideline. And there it is, baby. Woo! Watson working on Carlton Davis, and that is a huge mismatch. As soon as Watson got on top, man, that was yeah, Carlton Davis is a good player, man, but he is nowhere near in terms of the speed of Christian Watson. The safety was also very late to get over the top there to help. So 1st and 10, ball at the 12. Quick throw, Christian Watson, and unable to haul it in on the slant route. All right, we got Jaden Reed alone to the left. Dontavian Wicks in motion. Single back in the backfield. Play action. Jordan looking. Throwing it to the left, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Watson. All right, so after that big explosive play, we are at 3rd and 10. Ball still at the 12. All right, Reed in motion to the left. 3 receivers on the left side. Detroit throw and touchdown. Tucker Kraft over the middle there. Let's freaking go. I was about to say Detroit sending a lot of pressure. Did not matter. Packers offense did a great job of picking up that blitz. And Jordan Love just throws an absolute strike over the middle to his tight end. And it was Carlton Davis on the coverage. So Davis having a rough drive here. Trying to undercut the route, but that ball was perfectly placed. And the extra point is good, a little wobbly, but good. And the Packers have made this one again another 3-point game. Let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. I'm going to refrain from cussing, but I am excited right now. All right, man. Now we just need the defense to basically play at a very similar level that they did in the first half, man. Create a turnover. That we need a turnover. All right. Detroit got one on us. We need to bring it back. We need to bring it to at least balance. I'm still looking for that pick 6. And like I said, I'm not going to be greedy. I just want one pick 6. That's it. Just one pick 6 for the Green Bay Packers defense. That's all I want for Christmas. All right, looks like we are back from commercial break here. Like I said, man, I know Love gives us the best opportunity to win, but man, dude, I really would like to see Malik Willis on a play or two, man. Kind of see what he can do. So Detroit will get the ball here at the 30 after the touchback. All right, 1st and 10. Detroit in the eye. 2 receivers to the left. And Gibbs able to be taken down after a gain of 2. There is a flag on the field, and it's going to be holding on Detroit here. So it'll be 1st and 20 coming up here. Sewell is looking up and wondering why, but I mean, it's a hole, my dude. 2 receivers to the left, shotgun, Goff. Plenty of time, and Detroit will get the ball back at around the 25 here. Officially at the 26, so we got 2nd and 14, 2 receivers to the left. Goff in the shotgun, takes the snap, has some time. He's intercepted by Keyshawn Nixon, who breaks a couple tackles to the 25-20 and taken down and goes out of bounds, actually, at the 15. Let's freaking go. Woo! Oh, my God. I'm trying to make sure I don't wake up people up here. But, my God, that was freaking phenomenal. Did he undercut the route, or was that just a bad throw by Goff? Oh, yeah, definitely undercut the route. Trying to get it to Tim Patrick, the former Denver Bronco there. Oh, I love Keyshawn. I love that man. Sometimes he gives me a headache with his penalties. But, man, dude. Last year he picked off Patrick Mahomes. This year he gets picked. He picks off Jared Goff, who has not thrown a significant amount of picks. It's gonna be a run to the right. Jacobs trying to cut it inside, and he's gonna be good for about 2 yards. And we have Brian Branch on the ground, and he pops back up after looking like he was injured on that one. So thankfully he's back up, man. That's such a great player. Last time he played against the Packers, he was actually thrown out of the game for a helmet-to-helmet hit on, was it Dontavian Wicks, I believe? 2nd and 8, ball at the 14-yard line in the pistol. Quick throw to the left, and that is Dontavian Wicks with a gain of about 7. And they're saying that is a first down. He extended the ball out. And that's a 1st and goal for the Packers. Ball is going to be spotted at the 6. Packers quickly get into the line. Going to run a play. And Jacobs finding his way. And that's in for the touchdown. And that is Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Packers have taken the lead here. barring the extra point, the Packers have scored 13 unanswered points so far. It was initially a handoff to the left, and Jacobs bounced to the inside, and then just kept those legs churning, man. There was not a whole lot of Lions to be able to stop that one. And the extra point is good, and the Packers, 14 unanswered points to take the lead here early in the third quarter. That touchdown drive set up beautifully by Keyshawn Nixon, getting that interception and bringing it all the way inside the 20. I have a killer migraine, son. I'm not totally watching the game, but I looked up the TV right as he cut the rep. I know. Sorry you have a migraine, man. I don't know. With those, especially, sometimes taking some pills don't help all the time, but hopefully a Packer win might take the edge off. Might take the edge off a little bit off that migraine, maybe. But Dahlia, feel better, man. I'll try not to yell as much, but I make no guarantees. I make no guarantees, man. But I do appreciate you watching, even though you had a migraine, man, or have a migraine. Let's go, man. And another key and active that I forgot to talk about for the Packers was the rookie Edgerrin Cooper, who has been arguably their best linebacker this season. Granted, McDuffie and Wilson have done a great job as well, and Quay has really been coming on the last couple of weeks. I feel like I criticize Quay probably a little bit too much, or I don't want to say criticize, but I feel like I'm really tough on him. But man, it's just the potential on Quay Walker, not only as a first round pick, but just his abilities, man. When he plays, you can tell why the Packers used a first round pick on him. But man, sometimes sometimes I'm like, oh, why are you doing that? But the Packers have a group of really talented linebackers. But yeah, unfortunately, Edgerrin not able to play in this game. I feel like he could really be making a difference, especially trying to get some pressure on Jared Goff over the middle. He's been phenomenal for that. So, but right now the Packers defense has been playing really well, and if they can keep it going, man, put pressure on Goff, and he's gonna make those throws if we've seen it. So, 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Goff has plenty of time. Gets it to Gibbs underneath, and going to be taken down after a gain of 5. Packers doing a really solid job of rallying to the ball. Looks like the Lions are really doing some up tempo here. Get some pressure over the middle, and it's going to be a first down, but only by about half a yard. And it's going to be a toss up the middle here, and Gibbs taken down after a gain of about a yard on the play. I mean, the Packers have done an amazing job, man. There has not been many teams that I've seen be able to do this good of a job against the Detroit running game. Two receivers to the right, Goff in the shotgun, has some time over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to that Sam Laporta. Yes, it is. That was going to be a really solid gain. I think he was going to get it around the 45 if he would have caught it. Yeah, would have been down at the 44 in the first down, but the ball just went right through his hands. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Eric Stokes is oh whoa. There's a bunch of trainers on the field, and I was wondering when I was like, why don't I see like a jersey number or like a helmet? It's because it's a referee down in the ground. And look who was the first training staff there, the Green Bay Packers. Just saying, man. Yeah, yeah. Well, get to the Packers sidelines. We'll take care of you, man. We'll take care of you. Make sure you're doing okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. I'm gonna. Oh no. It was one of our players that knocked into him. Oh no. Oh man. We're screwed. We're so screwed, guys. JJ Inikbari bumped into the referee and took him out. Oh, we're gonna lose this game. Oh, JJ, what are you doing, man? You don't touch the zebras. Oh, damn it. Why'd they have to be one of our guys? Dang it. All right, well, we're going to be on a commercial break here while this referee gets tended to. What do you do? What are you doing, JJ, man? No, you're supposed to cater to the referees, man, so they give us some calls, man. So give us some calls down the line. Now we have a reputation of taking out referees. Oh man. All right, there we go. The referee giving a fist bump to JJ, loosen up that shoulder. There we go. Took some painkillers, some Oxycontin, things like that. This guy's gonna be like Aaron Rodgers after that knee injury back in like 2008, 18. My knee. We got Goff under in the shotgun. Two receivers to the right. Quick throw. 3rd and 8. He's got a bunch of blockers, and he's taken down after a gain of about 7. So we got 4th and 1, maybe 4th and 2 coming up here. And I think Detroit's going to go for it. I'm expecting something with the running backs here potentially. It's either going to be a handoff or some play action. And no, it's going to be Goff on the keeper. And it's going to be a first down. Yeah, Goff able to get about almost 2.5 yards on that one, getting it on the other side of the 50. Single back in the backfield, tight end in motion to the left, play action, and of course a screen. And it's going to be a gain of 12. Nope, count it, 13, probably 14 there by David Montgomery. All right. Detroit at the 37 of Green Bay. Two receivers to the right. Play action. Rolling. Jared Goff is rolling, and he runs for almost 9 yards. Jesus. All right, we got 7:30, and the clock is continuing to roll. We are halfway through the third quarter. It's been a big one for the Packers. They've scored 14 points to take the lead for the first time in this game. But the Detroit Lions are getting down the field here, trying to retake the lead. Single back in the backfield. Jameson Williams in motion to the left, and nearly taken out. And Gibbs is rolling down the sideline and gets it out to the 10. That play was literally inches away from disaster for Detroit. Number 94, Brooks, was so close that he nearly tackled Goff before he could hand it off. And then instead of a 3 to 4 yard loss, it turns into a massive gain, and they are inside the 10 down to the 8. So first and goal for Detroit. And throw to the left and incomplete. Second and goal coming up. Not only was it great coverage, but the pressure was almost got to Goff on that one. All right, St. Brown in motion to the right. Handoff to the right, and Gibbs able to bring it inside the 5 down to the 4. Isaiah McDuffie was the only guy that stopped that one from being a touchdown. Jeez. So far, Detroit in the red zone in this game, perfect 2 for 2. 3 receivers bunched up to the left, Goff in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle, and Gibbs taken down after a gain of about 2. And it'll be 4th and goal at the 2 yard line. We know Detroit. They're going to go for it here. I mean, the field goal, all it does is shave it down to a 1-point deficit. Or actually, the ball is going to be spotted at the 3, not at the 2. So once again, I'm expecting something non-traditional here. Quick throw, and that's a touchdown to Tim Patrick. Easy throw down, basically just a little stick route there on the right side of the of the field, and there's about 3 different Packers that could have easily taken that one away. And actually, we had Eric Wilson, who actually bumped into Tim Patrick on his way to the end zone. Extra point is good. And the Lions retake the lead here in the third quarter. So yeah, man, on that drive, the Packers defense definitely did not play as well against the run, especially once they got past the 50, man. They were giving up some big chunks there. But Detroit's doing a good job of adjusting, man. I think they've given up really trying to run over the middle. I think they're usually trying to bounce things to the outside. Kind of giving the running back an option. If it's, if it's there, take the middle. If it's not, immediately bail, bounce it to the outside, and try to get as much as you can. And the referee that was taken out by JJ a few minutes ago is now back on the field. Like I said, man, they gave my boy some codeine, some painkillers. I don't know why I said codeine. Some painkillers. He's looking refreshed. I think I just saw him just do a cartwheel when he got here, man. Let's go. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 30 for the Packers. Initially an empty set, but Jacobs motioning into the backfield. Love in the pistol handoff. No, flea flicker. And Jordan Love is gonna incomplete. Jeez. I'm telling you, man, I've never seen a flea flicker outside of, what was it, one time, maybe two. times, like a traditional flea flicker, like a real true flea flicker like that. Not one where there's like a bunch of guys. I've never seen one work. It has always looked ugly, man. Mm. So we got 2nd and 10 after the weird little flea flicker there on first down. And it's going to be up the middle here, and Jacobs going to be lucky if they give him 2 yards on that one. Yeah, this is not where you want to be with Detroit here. 3rd and long. Despite how good the Packers offense line has been all season long and even at parts during this game, man, when Detroit has sent the blitz, man, it has been able to get to Jordan. Seems to be confusion here. Dontavian Wicks not sure what he needs to do, and Jordan needs to burn a timeout here. Initially, there was a flag as well, but I think they are going to honor the Packers timeout. Well, the good news is Sean Bryant. I think he's been back in the game for a while now, but officially on the stream, he is back. Got 3 receivers on the right. Pressure by Detroit. Time. And Jordan able to get it to Christian Watson, but it's going to be a simultaneous catch, and he's going to be 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down. Fortunately, that ball was a little bit behind Watson. So 4th and 3, and the Packers are going to punt this one away. Not the best punt of the day for Waylon. It's going to be fair caught at around the 21. So we got 3:22 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Packers, man, part of me wishes they would have gone for it on 4th down. I know if you don't make it, you're basically giving this Detroit offense a great opportunity to basically put this game, I don't want to say out of reach, but make it basically a 2-possession game. But I don't know, man. You got to start stealing some possessions here. Like I said, the interception just made it even because you lost a fumble early in the game. They were able to score 7. You were able to steal another. You were able to get the interception. You get 7, but you got to get one more, man. You got to be in the positive against Detroit. And we got a receiver in motion to the left. Single back in the backfield. Play action. Goff going to dump it underneath to Montgomery, and he's going to be good for maybe 3 yards on the play. All right, 2nd and 7. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Hand off to Montgomery. He's going to try to bounce it outside, and no good. Gain of maybe 1. So 3rd and 6 coming up. All right, Packers doing a lot better job here against the run, but a big 3rd down coming up. Late Packer getting on the field. And a throw over the middle, and Patrick is going to be about half a yard shy or a full yard shy. But once again, Detroit going to go for this one. I think anything 4th and 2 or less, you can expect the Lions to go for this one. It's going to be a toss, and he's not going to get it. Green Bay stops him up at the line of scrimmage, and the Packers get the ball back. It was a toss to the right, and the Packers played it perfectly. And that was Quay Walker, the first guy there. Xavier McKinney and McDuffie coming in to help him take down Gibbs. What it looked like it mounted to about half a yard of a loss. So the Packers defense coming up big. That is as good of a turnover as an interception or anything. You get the ball at the 30, you're already in field goal position, but you want a touchdown here. It's going to be a handoff to Jacobs, and he's going to punch it up to about the 27, maybe the 26. We got 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock is continuing to roll. 2nd and 7. And play action. Throw wide open. Tucker Kraft to the 10, to the fin. Taken down at the 7-yard line. And oh my goodness, man, the way he got up was awesome. There you go. That's a first down for the Packers. Just a nice little crossing route. Almost dropped it, actually, but able to concentrate, recover it, and get it inside the 10. Took a shot when he tried to dive over a guy. So 1st and goal, ball officially at the 6-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Jacobs in motion. And the Packers trying to see if Detroit would jump off sides. But that will take us to the 4th quarter here in Detroit, with the Packers knocking on the door of the end zone with a chance to retake the lead here on Thursday Night Football. Oh man, dude, this is this is the game I wanted, man. This was the game I wanted. It's been fun. Seastrom! Howdy, good sir. How you doing? Heck of a game, man. It's been so much fun, man. The first half, a little bit of a Detroit game. Green Bay able to get a touchdown, but other than that, kind of struggling on offense. But man, that third quarter opened things up for Green Bay, and I feel like the Packers were able to win that third quarter. They got the interception. They stopped them on 4th down. They were able to score 14 points, and now they have a chance to retake the lead here. So far, so good, man. That's good, man. Heck yeah. Oh, man, I'm glad Are you going to be watching any football this weekend, man? Hey, actually, I was going to ask you, is Texas A&M, are they bowl eligible? Have they picked out which bowl they're going to be playing? I was watching the game with family. Most of them have gone. No. Hey, there we go. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. No, this is yeah, especially I get it on a Thursday, man. nobody wants to stay up this late for football, or a good chunk of people don't. But these football addicts like you and me, man, we gotta get our fix. We gotta get our fix. Oh heck yeah! Hey, but they're eligible. That's good. That's good. Let's go. I mean, hopefully it's a decent one, man, because I feel like they had a really solid season. I'm not exactly sure what the expectations were for the Aggies, but I feel like they exceeded some people's expectations this season. They got some big wins in a really tough conference in college. So, all right, we are back. Ball at the 6. First and goal for the Packers. Final quarter in Detroit, trying to retake the lead. All right. Love under center, single back in the backfield. Tight end in motion. Oh, they're taking their time. They're taking their time. Play action. Jordan, plenty of time. Finds somebody down the field here. It's only going to be a gain of 3. And I believe that is Ben Sims. Oh no, that's Fitzpatrick. I think the tight end that they picked up from Atlanta. Yeah, no, that was. I remember. Yeah, because there was like what, couple losses, or no, because there was the Texas game, and then I'm trying to remember what other game. But yeah, man, it was a tough one. It was a tough end to the season, but I feel like you guys played really well, man. You guys had some good kids, and that's a touchdown for Jacobs. That is his 3rd touchdown of the night. And that was a nice little run, similar to his 2nd touchdown. To the left, cut it slightly inside, and just found a great gap between I think it was the center and the guard. Yes, it was. Running right behind Sean Ryan and Josh Myers there. And the Packers, man, retaking the lead here. And the extra point is good. And the Packers have a 4-point lead over the Detroit Lions here in the 4th quarter. Uh, I feel like I've noticed this for a long time, but man, Dan Campbell loves to. He's all up in that nose, man. He is all up in that nose. And like at first, I noticed it last week, like prominently, and I was like, oh, maybe it's cold out. It's in Chicago. Maybe he has the sniffles. I don't know. But no, I'm like, no, this guy's always sniffling something. So I wonder what that is. Does he need to trim the old nose hairs there? Are they tickling? Are they tickling? All right, we got 1st and 10 for Detroit here at the 30. Single back in the backfield. Goff under center. He's going to keep the ball, play action, throwing it down the field to a wide open Tim Patrick. And he's going to be out across the 45 down to about the 47 of Detroit. He's been hitting that rough. All right, we do have an injured Packer down on the ground. That is Javon Bullard, the rookie safety. All right, looks like we're going to go to a commercial break. Hopefully he's all right, man. He has been really solid for the Packers. He hasn't had as many um, big explosive plays or like takeaways as Evan Williams has, but Javon, I feel like he does the dirty work, man. He is just so solid. He's a solid tackler, solid in coverage, but at this point, just not really spectacular. But trust me, man, every defense needs a guy like him, especially in the secondary. Does his job, does it very well, and and he's a good tackler, like I said. And at times, he'll get his hand on the ball, man. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Well, officially, the word this came down about 20 minutes ago. Uh, Evan Williams, the rookie out of Oregon, who was being evaluated for a concussion, out for the rest of the game. He hasn't been playing actually for since halftime. So that's a big loss for the secondary, man. Like I said, I think I even talked about him just a few minutes ago. He has been phenomenal for them. But hey, man, that's why you got 53 guys on the roster. That's why you're able to activate 48 of them. Some guys have to step up. And look at that. We got Zane Anderson, who is typically a special teams guy. He is now in for the defense, especially now with Javon Bullard and Evan Williams down and out. Play action, quick throw underneath, and Montgomery able to get about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. Yeah, once again, the Packers are still without Jair and Carrington Ballantyne. So they could ill afford to lose any more guys in the secondary at this point. And it's going to be a run to the left and good for about a yard, maybe 2 from Montgomery. Looks like we're going to get a 3rd and 2, maybe a 3rd and 3 coming up. All right, officially 3rd and 2. 2 receivers to the right, Goff in the shotgun, tight end in motion. Quick throw, and it's going to be caught over the middle by St. Brown, and that's a first down for the Lions. Big pickup. St. Brown, so far in this game, 4 catches, just 27 yards, man. He has been held in check. Packers need to continue to play like that. Hand off to the right here, sorry, to the left. And Quay Walker slams Gibbs down to the ground, illegally, by the way. Not a penalty. Bringing him down after a gain of 2, maybe 3. All right, we got 2nd and 2, ball at the second and 8, ball at the 32. Throw over the middle, and that is going to be caught by Sam Laporta inside the 20 down to the 18. I was like, freaking strike there. Working on Isaiah McDuffie. And it's going to be end around to St. Brown to the 10, taken down at the 6, and that is a first down for Detroit. Yeah, the Packers caught out of position on that one, man. Just everybody, Quay and another guy shifting over to the right. End around went to the left. Packers got caught light on that left side. So 1st and goal, ball at the 7. St. Brown in motion, handed off to Montgomery, and it's going to be able to get inside the 5 down to about the 4. And unfortunately, it looks like Javon Bullard is going to be carted into the locker room here. Not on the stretcher, thankfully, but just kind of sitting down with his legs down. So not a great sign. And it's going to be a run up the middle by Montgomery. He's going to be stopped up at about the 2, I believe. So we got 3rd and goal coming up. And you can tell, man, both of these teams are just exhausted. Usually it's the opposing defense that's usually tuckered out, man. But you can tell these offensive linemen, these running backs by Detroit, this has been a physical game by both teams. And they are just kind of, these are like 2 heavyweights. In the last like 3 or 4 rounds, they're just throwing haymakers at each other. Tight end in motion to the left. Single back in the backfield. And Goff going to throw it over the middle, and a wide open Tim Patrick again working on Eric Stokes, who has been rough this season, to say the least. All right, man. We got 8:39, and Detroit has retaken the lead here. Yeah, the Packers are definitely going to need to reinvest into this secondary this coming draft, specifically corner. I think their safeties are solid when they're healthy, but I mean, you could always add more guys. There's never anything wrong with that. But they're definitely going to need to come away with at least 2 or 3 corners in this upcoming draft. And the extra point is good. And Detroit on top by 3. All right, we are back from commercial break here. We have 8:39 left in this game. The only thing that concerns me is even if the Packers are able to drive down the field and take, 4, 5, 6 minutes off the clock and score a touchdown, that still leaves plenty of time for this Detroit offense, man. So Green Bay either has to squeeze, I feel like, 2 possessions out of these next 8.5 minutes, or they're going to need to be able to steal the ball away. Which is, once again, I still haven't gotten my pick six. So I'm hoping we can get one here. Coming up after this, hopefully, touchdown drive by the Packers offense. All right, 8:39. Tight end in motion. Love under center, single back in the backfield. And it's going to be a run, and play is going to be blown dead. I think it's going to be on the Packers here, the way the Lions are celebrating, and it's going to be a false start. All right, 1st and 10. First and 15. They have the wrong graphic up. 1st and 15. It's going to be a run by Jacobs, and he's going to be good for about a yard, maybe 2. We got 2nd and 14 coming up here. Definitely not what the Packers needed to be basically behind the chains already on first down. And now they're behind, well behind, on second. Single back in the backfield. Goff. Love under center here. Bo Melton in motion. Play action. Love needs to get the ball out quickly and finds Watson down the field, out across the 50, down to the 45. And wow, from what looked like it was going to be an absolute disaster, an unblocked linebacker heading right to Love. Love kept his cool, made a nice move, threw a ball under pressure, and that ball was perfectly placed because it had to be, because Carlton Davis was right underneath that route. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Davis actually got a finger on that. Yes, it did. Davis literally his last two, his pinky and his wedding ring finger, able to get something on that ball. Be a toss to the right. Jacobs reversing field and is going to be back to the line of scrimmage. I get it, man. Jacobs has been great. But come on, man. We got to get Emmanuel Wilson on here as well, man. He is... They're just slightly different backs, man. Wilson he's got some speed. He's got a little bit of wiggle too. Like, use your whole weapons here, man. All right, we got Brooks in. All right, there we go. All right, Love in the pistol. Single receiver to the left. He's got some time. Throwing it over the middle, wide open. Wicks breaks the tackle to the 25, to the 18. Taken down by Kirby Joseph. And Dontavian Wicks making some plays. Let's freaking go. Nice in route there by Wicks. and not exactly sure who he was trying to throw it to, either Wicks or Kraft, because they literally overlapped, and Wicks literally just kind of caught that one in front of Kraft. But either way, it's not bad to have Tucker Kraft running some basically running down the field blocking for you. So all right, we had an injury on the field here. I believe that was Brian Branch. He might have been cramping. But we are back. The Packers have a first down, and I think the ball is going to be spotted at around the 19. So 1st and 10, empty set. 2 receivers to the left. Jordan takes the snap, looking, has time, throwing it to Wicks, who gets it inside the 10. And it's going to be a first down, but he gets absolutely blasted. And I can already tell you right now, Dontavian Wicks is going to be gone for the rest of this game because he absolutely got smacked. Luckily, he's up. He's got movement, everything. But, oh, Jesus. Trying to see if this was even an illegal hit. I don't think it was. He was just being tackled from underneath, so he got set up, and then the linebacker, I think it might be a linebacker or a safety, just came in with some, with plenty of momentum and just hit him in the shoulder, and he just smacked the ground. So not an illegal hit, but just a really tough one. Likely will be getting evaluated for a concussion there because, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it just, got the wind knocked out of him. That was the reason he was on the ground. So 1st and goal all the way at the 7, thanks to Dontavian Wicks. Single back in the backfield, Love under center. Handoff, and Jacobs going to fight to about the 5-yard line there. Oh, they're spotting it at the 6. That's garbage. All right, 2nd and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. Less than 5 minutes left in this game. Reed in the backfield, Jacobs in motion. Jordan going to throw it wide open, Jacobs, and that's a touchdown, but we do have a bunch of flags in the air. And I just feel like it's going to be on the Packers. I'm hoping it's not. And it is. It's on the Packers, so they'll wipe away a touchdown. I don't know. I've seen significantly worse players get away with that in the NFL. Like, Watson never squared up for a block. He just, I don't know. Maybe it was the angle. I don't know. But unfortunately, that takes away a touchdown. So 2nd and goal all the way back at the 16-yard line. 3 receivers on the left. Jordan in the shotgun. He has time. Nope. Ran out of time, and that'll be incomplete. All right, 3rd and goal here. Love in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Kraft in motion. Love going to scramble. Going to take off and run, and he's going to be taken down at the 14-yard line. No, I agree with you, Dahlia. To me, like I've seen, like if typically when they call that is usually when the receiver literally clearly runs into him, like he's running a straight line and then he runs into him, veers one way. And it looks like Bo Melton was wide open in the end zone, but the kick is good by McManus, and we have a tie game with 3:38 left. But the other thing too that you see a lot when it gets called is a receiver clearly in a blocking stance. Sets his feet, gets his hands up, and then basically he stops running his route. But to me, that was once again, that did not look like offensive pass interference. But again, I only saw the back angle. I did not see any other angle, so might have been, but to me, it did not look like it rose to that level to call that one. All right, man. This defense just needs to hold up. They gotta get it. They gotta get a turnover here. Game is tied. We need them to step up one more time. Either get a big stop or get a huge, huge turnover. We need to have the D line we had. I mean, that's asking a lot, man. I don't even think the Lions D line is playing like they did in the second second quarter. But but yeah, man. Even though both of these teams have given up 31 points, I feel like the defenses have been okay. As weird as that sounds, I just feels like this is just two very good teams. I would say even elite teams. They're just making plays. But yeah, I agree with you. We definitely need the defensive line to be able to give us just one more big drive. All right, Goff under center here, single back in the backfield, play action. No pressure and finds a wide open Jamison Williams down to about the 50. All right, now you're starting to see the receivers for Detroit picking up some chunk yardage, play action, quick route, and that is Tim Patrick, who has had a phenomenal game for Detroit, picking up 11 and another first down. Patrick has, I believe, 2 touchdowns in this game. Clock is continuing to roll. Remember, the Packers only have 2 timeouts. So we got 1st and 10, ball at the 40, single back in the backfield. And going to be only a gain of 1 after the toss to Gibbs on the right side. Might give him 2, actually. So there is literally a 1 second difference from the game clock to the play clock. So Detroit will have to run one more play. This is going to be huge. If the Packers can stop them, it'll be 3rd down with a 2-minute warning with a chance to be able to get them off the field and potentially just use one of their 2 timeouts and get the ball back. Gibbs wide open and going to be taken down after a gain of just 2. And fortunately enough, that actually stops the clock at 2:01. And Matt LaFleur is livid right now. He's literally calling BS many, many times to one of the referees here. Not happy with something. It might have been a offensive PI. Quick throw, and the Packers sell out, and it's going to be a 1st down for Detroit. Just a screen underneath to Gibbs, and that's going to be a 1st down. Yeah, man. Just a heck of a job by Detroit here. The game is not over, but man, it was the Packers needed to get off the field there. And the biggest disappointing thing was it'd be one thing if it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. That's always going to be tough against, especially a team like Detroit. But man, you had them in great down and distance for your defense. It was like 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, and just nobody really there to be able to make a play on that one until it was too late. I legitimately think that LaFleur is trying to make the case that he's like, if you're not going to call that play or a penalty on what happened when Gibbs was taken out of bounds on the on second down, then how are you going to call a offensive PI on our guy? I think that's what they're basically just trying. I think that's what he's trying to argue. So, Goff screen to Montgomery, and that's going to be good for about 3 yards. The Packers are going to have to start using some timeouts here. And there's going to be a penalty. I think this one might be on Detroit. Nope. Oh, no, it is. All right. And it's going to be holding on Detroit. And they're going to call it on Ragnow for holding on Quay Walker. 100% that is a hold. So Detroit will lose 10 yards on the play, and Green Bay should be able to keep that second timeout. All right, so we got 1st and 20 back at the 40-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and Montgomery stopped after a gain of about 3, maybe 2 only. Packers will use a timeout here. So we got 2nd and 17. Two receivers on the stacked up on the right. Goff in the shotgun. Packers send a blitz, but don't get there. It's going to be a wide open receiver over the middle, and St. Brown is going to be inches away from a first down. And they're calling it a first down, and that is likely going to end any opportunity for the Packers to get the ball back here. I don't know how that's not offensive PI right there by St. Brown. Yeah, he basically almost shoved Keyshawn down to the ground. And you know for a fact it should have been called, because as soon as St. Brown got up, he literally looked over to the ref like he was literally in the middle of getting up, but he was like peeking to the ref to see if he was actually going to be but they're reviewing something here. They're saying that there was an explanation by the refs, but they're saying that there was a lot of missed explanations in that entire announcement. So all right, so they're instead of a first down, they are saying it's 3rd and inches. The Packers have elected to use their or just use their first time. I don't know if they had an option to even keep them, and it's gonna be no gain. It'll be 4th down for Detroit here. So Detroit has a decision to make. They can send out their kicker, and they're going to run this clock down. It should be roughly 43 seconds, maybe 42 seconds when they call their timeout. And after the kick, Packers will probably have somewhere around 36 to 37 seconds to try to respond and either tie this game or try to win. All right, they stop the clock at 43 seconds and they send out their rookie kicker to try to get a game-winning field goal here. And the guy that made the play on Montgomery to bring him down was the backup safety, the special teamer, Zane Anderson, in his second season in the NFL. So a heck of a job by the special teamer, man. Probably the first time this season that he's been thrust into some extensive defensive time, man. It's been rough for the Packers in the secondary, man. Just a lot of injuries. They lost 2 safeties in this game, Javon Bullard, Evan Williams, 2 rookies that have played a lot of football for them. And then coming into this game, they were down their rookie middle linebacker, Adrian Cooper. They were out Jair and Corey Ballentine. And Detroit is going to stay on the field here offensively. I think they're just trying to... No, they do. They run the ball, and it's a first down. Jared Goff even fell down on that play. But able to get the handoff and just makes the kick a little bit closer, and the Lions are going to be able to basically roll the last few seconds off the clock here. Damn. Dang, 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 dang. Got to give it to the Packers, man. They made a game of it. They were down 7-17. They outscored the Lions 24-14 in the second half. Granted, there's about to be an extra 3 added on to the Lions here, but man, I really felt Detroit. I really felt Green Bay was going to have a really good opportunity to get a big win, man. That third quarter was looking great for them, but just some missed opportunities here. And Goff takes one more snap, runs laterally to the left. I think he's trying to set up his kicker on his preferred side. 3, 2, and the Lions call a timeout with 2 seconds left and set up an opportunity for their rookie kicker for a game winner here. Chip shot field goal. Mm. This is going to be a 35-yard kick for Bates. Kid has been good all season. And it's right down the middle. And Detroit moves to 12-1, and the Packers fall to 9-4. Heck of a game. Tough loss for the Packers. They played significantly better in this game than they did in the first meeting. But Detroit, man, they did it when they needed to in the fourth quarter. They played well. They were able to put up plenty of points. And I really, really hope that this is not the last time the Packers play Detroit. I'm hoping to see them in the postseason because I believe if that happens, third time is going to be the charm for the Packers. It was a good game. It really, really was. I remember that first one this season, it was kind of a beatdown a little bit. It wasn't an absolute blowout, but it was definitely not a close game. I think the Packers were definitely outmatched in that first one, but in the second one, and the fact that they had Jair out, they lost 2 of their top safeties in this game. They were out their starting rookie linebacker Adrian Cooper. They were out Romeo Doubs. They were dealing with a lot of injuries. I'm not trying to take away anything from Detroit because they also had a large amount of injuries on the defensive side. But man, dude, the Packers, for not being 100%, they took this team, a team that has been able to just comfortably win for most of the season. They took them to the edge, and a play here or there, man, or even a call, quote unquote, here or there. And I think the Packers would have taken this one. But heck of a game, regardless, man. I'm happy about it. Or I shouldn't say I'm happy about it. We lost, but I'm happy that my team was able to compete against arguably the best team in the NFL. And I think the Packers showed that, there was a little bit of talk this past week after they beat the Dolphins that all the Packers do is beat teams with losing records, which is not true at all. But I think this game kind of hopefully shows a lot of people that, hey, man, the Packers are for real. They can put up points. They can stifle one of the best offenses in the NFL at times. And hopefully they can get healthy, they can learn from it, and they can get better. So, heck yeah, man. So that is going to be it for me today. I will see you guys on Sunday. We got another slate of games coming in on Sunday. We got 3. I'm still going to have to pick which ones to do, but obviously we're going to be doing Sunday night. That's not going to change America's Game of the Week. But that afternoon game, we got a few options. So I will post those on Sunday morning before the game starts, so look out for that. Plus, on top of that, I did just drop power rankings for Week 14 earlier today. Please check it out. I feel like it's one of my better videos that I've done. The openings, even if you only watch the opening skit, I think you will like it. I had a little bit of fun with it, so I hope if you're a Bears fan, trigger warning, all right? A little bit of a trigger warning if you're a Bears fan. That's all I'm going to say. But no, but yeah, please check that out. Please leave a like. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what your opinions are on the power rankings. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep it going. We got 3 more games. We got 4 more games actually. Sorry, this week. 3 on Sunday and 1 on Monday night. And yeah, man, Packers tough loss, but they're only 9-4, and they got a really solid schedule the rest of the way. And I have no doubt that this team is going to make the playoffs. And I believe this team has a chance to really win 3 to 4 of their final couple games here. So that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to Dahlia, who has been in the chat for the entire game. We appreciate you. Sorry, the Packers going to get a big win for you, man. But we're going to keep it going. We still got 4 more games this season and probably a playoff game. So anytime there's a Packer game on, it's always going to be a good day, regardless of what happens at the end. And shout out to Seastrom for popping in here, my man. Thank you. I always appreciate you coming in. But yeah, man, that is it. I'm gonna try to get some sleep here, and I will catch you guys on Sunday. Thank you so much. My name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.